Hello everyone! Today we're going to be going over how to make this solid crochet hexagon. For this tutorial I was using this loops and thread yarn in the color purple, as well as a 5.5mm crochet hook. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do as always, however is easiest for you. And then once you have your slip knot, we're going to start with a chain of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to take our hook and we're going to do a slip stitch in the first chain that we did here in order to make a circle. So we're going to insert our hook, we're going to pull from the yarn in the back, pull through the chain and through the loop that is already on your hook. So then we're going to chain 3 in order to start our first round. 1, 2, 3, and this chain 3 is going to act as if it is a double crochet. So then into the middle of the circle that we made, we're going to put 2 more double crochets to make a cluster of 3. So yarn over, insert into the circle, pull up a loop from this yarn that's in the back. Now we have 3 loops on our hook, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's a double crochet. We're going to do 1 more now. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 2 in order to make a corner. 1, 2, and then into the middle of this circle once more, we're going to put 3 double crochets. So that's 1, that's 2, three. Then we're going to chain 2 again in order to make a corner. And then into the circle, we're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to make another corner by chaining 2, and then we're going to make another cluster of 3 double crochets into the circle. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to make another corner here by chaining 2, and if you can see right here we have 4 clusters of 3 double crochets. So if you were making a granny square or even a solid granny square, this is the same exact thing that you would do, but instead we're going to make 2 more clusters of 3 double crochets into the middle here. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to chain 2 to make another corner, and then we're going to put 3 double crochets once more into the middle here. 1, 2, and 3. So then we're going to make our last corner by chaining 2, and we're going to make a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that we did to start the round. So we're going to insert our hook in there, we're going to pull a loop through and through the loop that's already on our hook. And so you see here, if we lay this down, we'll have 6 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is the first round of our project done. So to start our second round, we're going to once again make a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, And then in both of the other stitches that are beneath us, we're going to put a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to find the stitch beneath us, insert our hook, and then we're going to pull up a loop from the yarn in the back, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that again for the next stitch. And then in this corner space here, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And then we want to make another corner, so we're going to chain 2. And then in that same corner space that we just worked 2 double crochets, we're going to put 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. And then in each of these 3 stitches that are beneath us, we're going to put 1 stitch into them. So 1, 2, and 3. There's the first one, 2, number 3. And then in the corner space, we're going to start by putting 2 double crochets again. 1, 2, and then we're going to make a corner again for this round by chaining 2. And then in the same space, we're going to put 2 double crochets. And then just like the previous cluster of 3, we're going to put 1 stitch into each of the stitches beneath us, 1 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. In the corner space, we're going to put 2 double crochets, 1, 2, then chain 2 to make that corner once more, 2 double crochets into that same space, 1, 2, 1 double crochet into each of the stitches beneath us. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochet spaces into this corner once more. Then we're going to chain 2 again in order to make the corner. 2 double crochet spaces into that corner space again. Into each of these stitches, we're going to put a double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then in the corner, we're going to again put 2 double crochets, chain 2 to make a corner, and then follow that up again with 2 double crochets. 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to put the 3 double crochets, 1 in each of these stitches beneath us. 1, 2, 3. And then now we're at the corner once more. We're going to put 2 double crochets. 1, 2. We're going to make our last corner by chaining 2, 1 and 2. And then we're going to follow up with 2 double crochets into that same space. 1 and 2. So now we're at that chain 3 that we did in order to start the round. So we're going to finish off the round by putting a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 in order to attach. So we're going to insert our hook into that top of the chain. We're going to pull through the yarn and pull it through the loop that's already on our hook. So then that is our second round completed. And we're going to follow that same process for each of our rounds. So in each of the stitches beneath us, we're going to put a single crochet. And then when we get to the corner, we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and start the process over again by putting a double crochet into each of the stitches beneath us once more. Starting our third round here, we're going to do one more round together step by step, and then I'm going to meet you at the end in order to finish off our project. We're going to start again with a chain of 3, and that's going to act as if it is a double crochet again. So now in each of the stitches beneath us, we're going to put a double crochet. So we're going to start with this one here, 2, 3, and 4. Now that we've reached the corner, we're going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 2 in order to make that corner again. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets again into that same corner space beneath us. And 2. And then in each of the 7 double crochets that is beneath us from the previous round, we're going to put a stitch into that, a double crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we've reached the corner again, so we're going to put 2 double crochets into that space. 1 and 2, chain 2 to make the corner for this round, 2 double crochets into that space once more. 1 and 2. So we're going to put a double crochet into each of these 7 stitches beneath us again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 double crochets into this corner space here. Chain 2 to make a corner, and then 2 double crochets again into this corner space. 1, 2, and then again a double crochet into each of the 7 stitches beneath us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 double crochets into the corner space, 1 and 2, chain 2 to make the corner again, 2 double crochets again into that same space. A double crochet into each of the stitches from the round prior. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 double crochets into that corner space. Chain 2 to make the corner again, and 2 double crochets again into that corner space. And then again, we're at our last cluster of 7 here from where we started the round. So we're going to put a double crochet into each of those 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're at our last corner here for this round. So we're going to put 2 double crochets into that space. Then we're going to chain 2 to make another corner, our last corner for round 3. And we're going to put 2 more double crochets into that space. And then we just have a few more stitches that we need to work into in order to finish this round. So we're going to put the double crochet in here and in here. And then we are going to put a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 again in order to connect. So I'm just going to flatten out our hexagon a little bit here. It gets a little messed up as you're working. I'm going to flatten it out here. And you would just continue this until you get to your desired length. So you can keep going if you want to make a full adult size blanket if you want. If you want to do a few more rounds as well, it would make a really nice lovey size. So if you want to make a lovey for a baby or something like that, this would be great for the blanket portion of that. So what we're doing each round is we're increasing each cluster by 4 because we're doing the 2 double crochets in the corner on either side of it. So the first round, of course, we have 3 double crochets, and then we have 7 double crochets, and then we could just keep adding 4 to each round. So it should just keep increasing like that. So if you want to make sure that you have the correct number of stitches in each round, you can just count them. But you just keep doing this until you get to your desired length. And I'll meet you once I've done a few more rounds, and we'll go over how to end our project. I'm at what's going to be the last corner for my project here. So we're going to finish that together. So I'm going to put 2 double crochets into the corner space beneath us. Then chain 2 to make that corner one last time. 2 double crochets into that space beneath us once more. And then in the last remaining stitches beneath us, we're going to put 1 double crochet into each of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to finish this off by putting that slip stitch once more into the top of the chain 3 that we did to start the round. Insert our hook, pull the yarn in the back through that chain 3 and through the loop that's already on our hook. Then I'm going to finish off by chaining 1, grabbing my scissors, cutting off, and then pulling my hook up, pulling tight. And then you can knot as always there if you want to make sure that it is more secure. And then you just weave this end back into your finished project. This hexagon would definitely benefit from being blocked. You can see, since I've just worked on it, it's not laying as flat as you may want. So if you are using this as a lovey or as a blanket, that may not be a huge concern for you, because if it's a lovey, you just turn it over and you'd put whatever head you might want on the top there. But if you want to do a project where you are connecting a bunch of hexagons together, you'd maybe want to block this just to make sure that it's laying a little more flat. So like we discussed in a previous round, each round is just 4 more than the previous round for the stitch portion before we get to the corners. So we started with 3 here, 3 plus 4, this is 7. 7 plus 4 this round is 11. Then 11 plus 4, you should have 15 stitches in the 4th round. And you just continue that until you get to your desired length. So if you just want to double check that you didn't miss any stitches or add any additional stitches, you could just count there to make sure that it is 4 more than the round prior. But this is our finished project. Please let me know if there is anything that you'd like to see for a future video, or if you have any questions in the comments below. Thank you.